Hey everybody, welcome to Goots' Wrestling Pod. I'm your host, Ray Goots, and we are at the end of 1990. We are finally at the end. We're at the granddaddy of them all, another Starrcade, and I'm celebrating with a Starrcade shirt. Check it out, Andrew Lee.
Wow, like that retro look. Man, the 80s flew by.
We're in the 90s, technically.
No, I mean we did like almost the entire decade of 80s pay-per-views. And I feel like it wasn't that long ago that we started doing this. I
We
kind of
started the first week in January, and now we're gonna,
really?
yeah,
Wow, it didn't feel like that.
we're gonna be in 1991 next week. But
Oh, well,
yeah, so we're recording this on Tuesday, the 12th, and this morning WWE and UFC merged to
yeah.
PKO. And man, when you see events like this, it's you realize these people never had a chance fighting this guy. Talking about Vince, they never had a chance. All in all, what did you think of this show?
Oh, at the Starcade
Yeah.
or the little stock market show?
No. It's just how big he's gotten. Like you watch this show and like how big Vince and the company is now. It's just kind of funny that these people thought they could stop him.
That's like such a bigger story than I think wrestling fans are talking about. Like Vince McMahon is so like insecure in a way, in a sense that he stole the company from his family
And then
in
sold it.
order to remain in power. That's so, and he's only going to be in power for the next couple of years. He's going to be, dude. He's so old.
His
He's
mom lived till 101.
that's not him. You know,
I mean,
I'm sure his mom also didn't inject herself with steroids and shit. So
yeah, yeah.
women do live longer than men.
I'll say this.
He's also put a lot of he's done a lot of cocaine. He's admitted it himself. Do you think Vince McMahon's mom was fucking snorting lines with fucking Tony Khan? Maybe actually.
Listen. I know everything you're saying, but he's 77 and he's still alive and traveling. And 78, dude. He's 78.
He's 78 years old.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So like you're
Junior.
like, how much longer does he have? I've learned this that that one of the truest only the good die young. I've learned that bad people go for a really long time. It's almost like
That's
healthier
true.
to be filled with hate and spite.
Yeah, he's gonna actually be 79 in a couple of no, actually, no.
Yeah, he
Never
just
mind.
turned 70.
I
Yeah.
thought, yeah, but 78 is already old. How much older do you think he's gonna live?
I think he could as long as he was listen, as long as he has his mental bearings, he can run the company from Zoom in his
Mental bearings. Have you seen that mustache?
yeah, I know, but he can still put on his clothes and make decisions. If you go up there and be like, who do you want to win? Sami Zayn or Jey Uso? He can make up his mind on that. You know, right?
Man, this guy has still not taken off that ridiculous looking mustache. It's so crooked. God, it's crooked just like him. It's so like, ugh, it creeps me out. God.
He
Ugh.
what's so impressive about him, bro, is that like it was about to go down. Like there was people out there which and I'm sure there's even worse shit that we don't even know about, dude. Like it was about to go down and it would look like he was done. And it's so funny how this doesn't apply to like this is the equivalent of Harvey Weinstein not going to jail and then
Yeah.
selling
Yeah.
Mirror to like Warner Brothers for like one, and he's in charge of Warner Brothers now. That's what this. It's like it's so fucking crazy to me that this guy was done, and it followed the whole Me Too playbook, and then he just went no, and he went back,
Yeah. I
and
mean, I think
now
that
and he got this company, this huge company, to agree that he's basically in power unless like he murders someone. He has to like murder someone on live TV to get taken out.
Didn't I say like a while ago, maybe like a year ago, so like I said like it's the wrestling business in the sense of like the rest of the world, like the real media and stuff, they look at it so they look down on it so much that they don't care about like what
No,
happens.
I
Like,
know, but that's the same thing with Dana White. Dana White beat up his wife.
yeah,
He just was like,
yeah, yeah. He
my
hit his dude.
punishment.
They had it on video. Like,
Dude, he just
and
went
he apologized, and there was no like
repercussions.
there was no not even a question of are you gonna step down like that
No,
didn't even
someone
come
did
up.
say, "Are you?" No, someone did. He goes, "Who would that punish? That would just punish my employees and the fighters. You know, my
Yeah,
punishment is I have to live with this for the rest of my life. My punishment is people going to call me
my
wife beater. You know,
punishment is
that's not a
I have
punishment.
to live with this for the rest of my life. My
But I'm going to
God,
keep all my millions and billions." And he got like a fucking bonus today.
dude, yeah.
You know what
It's
it is? Trump is
how
proven.
long do you think Dana White's gonna live?
Oh well, I could see him dying before Vince. I feel like he's put more shit in his body. But you know what it is, dude? This is
He's
what it is.
only 54. He's pretty young still.
Yeah. You know what? This is what it is. This is what I've learned. And this is like goes against our values as Catholics. You can no longer admit that you're wrong. Everyone who not only who was like, I'm not wrong, even when they clearly were found doing something wrong, has gone on to do bigger and better things in our society, which is not the way it's supposed to work. But even like you look at the comedian Shane Gillis, he like didn't back down, he got canceled, and now he has the biggest Netflix special. Like you can't, and that's not the way the world's supposed to work. That's why we're gonna head to. You're supposed to be like, I was wrong. I'm gonna fix myself, and then when you're fixed, you're welcome back into the church or into society. But now if someone admits they're wrong, we just are like, you know what, you were wrong, you can never go back to how you were. And it's like that's not how it works.
I mean, sorry to burst your bubble, but we all knew that you don't admit you were wrong way back in 2000 when Shaggy dropped that hit. It wasn't
Was it?
me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
learned it. It wasn't me. You gotta deny it. The whole it's like I saw you fucking this girl. It wasn't me. It's
You,
so
you can just
stupid.
never, you can just never, and you can never ever again admit. It doesn't matter if they have you on video, bro. You have to just be like, no, actually,
It
I'm.
wasn't me. Yeah,
No, or you
Shaggy
have
said
to be like,
it
actually,
wasn't
you're a
me.
piece of shit. You're a like there could be a video of you stabbing a 4-year-old. Be like, actually, you're a piece of shit. You don't know what that 4-year-old did to me before the camera started rolling. So you're very judgmental. So I'm not leaving my job, and I'm gonna keep doing my podcast with Andrew. Like you just have
Yeah,
to be unrelenting. But that's not the way the world works. And I feel like that's gonna lead to serious. It's eventually gonna lead to serious problems. But
I
whatever.
actually think that is currently how the world works.
It is currently exactly. You can never admit you're wrong. You can never.
Yeah, you if you admit you're I don't know. The world right now sees admitting your own taking ownership of your responsibilities. See, the world currently sees it as a weakness
Yes.
for some reason,
Did
and
Ashton Kutcher and Mila? Did
yeah,
you see the Ashton Kutcher thing?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they put out a video and they apologized and they kind of owned up to it. And everyone was like, you should have said anything. You were done. It was almost like now we get to like, and it's like what they did
Now
was
we get to dunk on you.
what they did was fucked up. But you're basically saying like you just shouldn't have said anything. Well, like so there's no way back. So you just have to be. So what they should have done was we didn't write that letter actually. We don't know where that letter came from. We didn't write that letter, and we had nothing to do with it, and just completely lie, and they would have got a I don't know. It's just like, but Vince McMahon basically he was caught, and he said I don't give a shit, and now look,
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm benefiting
basically
from it
what he said.
financially.
Yeah,
I have stock.
I can't believe this guy legit just like I literally thought I was gonna be like maybe 65, 68 years old watching the WWE run by his grandchildren,
Nope. Oh, his
right?
grandchildren. His
Didn't you
grandchildren
think
might still get into the company. That's
they might still get yeah involved, I guess, kind of. There's possibilities, but I think once just to say Junior dies, once Junior dies, Do you really think they will be like, oh,
If
we'll
he
let
gets,
his grandchildren take
if
over it?
he gets, well, one of his grandkids is like 2 years away from graduating college. If he can get a grandkid that's a sick, because his kids weren't like sycophants. What I mean by that is his kids weren't like, oh, dad, let me suck your dick. You everything you do is correct.
Mhm.
Um, we all thought they were, but they really weren't. If you think about it. If he gets like an Eric Trump or a Donald Trump Jr. style grandkid, and he gets that kid in the company, I could see that kid rising in the ranks.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
let's just say that doesn't happen, right? Like
yeah.
he doesn't get somebody in. When Junior dies,
Well, they should give the company to CM Punk.
yeah, the company is probably going to be like CM Punk. Yeah,
Did
absolutely.
you
They're going
did
to be
you did
like,
you see the statement by Nick Khan about CM Punk? He got asked by ESPN about him. Did you see this?
what did Nick Khan say?
Uh, and people thought this meant like we're not going to hire him. I just think it's a complete. He's not going to play his hand with CM Punk or with anybody. They asked him, "Are you guys going to rehire CM Punk?" He goes, "Listen, we only have respect for Phil. We appreciate his run here. We appreciate what he did and tried to do with the UFC. Not many people can actually get in there and do what he did. So when we have respect for Phil, we wish him nothing but the best."
That's a very professional answer.
That's people are like, oh, he said they wish him nothing but the best. That means they said they don't like him. No, that's you can interpret that how you want to interpret it, but that means if they are gonna sit at a negotiating table with CM Punk doesn't know where he stands. He knows though that they do kind of like him. That's all he knows, and that's all he needs to know. If you can get CM Punk for a deal, people are like they shouldn't sign CM Punk. If CM Punk goes like I'll work for $4, fucking sign CM Punk. You know what I'm saying? Like you wait till you get to that table. What?
It's not gonna. It's not real. I work for $4.
I mean,
Why
I'm just
four? Why can't he just do it like a round five, dude?
no. He wants to prove himself to Vince. He's going to do. But I'm just saying, remember like Bischoff was like no to Lex, and Sting was like just ask him, and then he got Lex on a deal, and because of that Lex move, he almost he almost
Realistically, if CM Punk said, "I want to work for you, WWE, for $1 million a year," do you think they'll hire him?
yeah, it's a great deal.
$2 million a year.
Yeah, but I think anything above that, they're gonna negotiate.
Okay.
I think
So
they're gonna.
you think like if he asks for a million or two, they'll be like, yeah, that's
I
to
think
us,
a
that's
million.
fine.
I think a million, and then obviously there's incentives. I mean, I would assume there's incentives based on the T-shirts and action figures. I think that's an incredible deal, and you're gonna get a lot out of it,
I
even
think
if it's there for a
you
year.
could probably make that money back just on merchandise.
You'll make that money back the night he shows up on SmackDown or Raw. Yeah, you'll make all that money back.
Mhm.
So I'm not saying that that's gonna happen, but you don't want to play your hand till he comes to the table and he gives you a number and you give him a number and then you take it from there.
Yeah,
But if he comes
absolutely.
to you with an incredible number, why not?
I think that answer that Nick Khan gave is actually a very professional answer. I like that answer. It's fine.
I also think that answer, like, I think that answer, I don't know why people think that's shutting the door on CM Punk. He's not going to say, if he wants to, he's not going to say to ESPN, I really want to hire CM Punk. I'm
Yeah,
willing to
but
do whatever he wants.
who thinks this? Like these loser
Yeah,
wrestling
he's gonna
fans on
give it.
Twitter,
He's not gonna
the
play his hand. Why would you play your
the
hand?
VDs from New York, the JDs.
Yeah, why? Yeah, exactly. Why would you play your hand? Because you know CM Punk's gonna see this.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you don't play your hand.
They and dude, you know Nick Khan probably like rehearsed that answer knowing ahead of time that
Yeah,
that question a question like that was going to
that's an answer that like that's an answer to me that you want CM Punk to quote
get those gummies. They're
and bring
actually
you Skittle
pretty good.
gummies. Yeah,
Skittles gummies are pretty.
yeah.
Punk. He said I did read a report. He said he would work for 4 bags of Skittle gummies, and
No,
somebody
that's
was
too
like,
much.
4 bags? Why not 5? Why
No,
go
too
around
much.
a round number?
Too much. Too
CM Punk's
much.
so weird.
Too much money. So, but here's the thing, though. We
Yeah.
talk about Vince McMahon and all this bullshit, but then when you watch a show like this, and they have Canadian team versus the Russian team You're like, you guys could have stopped this, and you did it. This was what you put out. I liked this show, and I also did not like this show. This show had
Yes.
it had really good moments, and then they did things that were so fucking stupid. I'm like, why are you doing this? Why? And the chief among them is this fucking stupid tournament that's half of the show with people that have never been on. Although it was interesting, and we're jumping ahead to see the original Rey Mysterio. I did not know he looked like that. That threw me.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. And I feel the same way. There are parts of the show that I really enjoyed.
Mhm.
And then there's parts of the show I'm just like, is this supposed to be like their WrestleMania? I'm not sure. It's not, right? Starrcade is not supposed to be their WrestleMania, right?
Well, Jim Ross is advertising it on Halloween Havoc the last time we saw WCW, basically as their WrestleMania. They don't, I don't know what they're doing the way they book it. I just,
Yeah, it does not feel like that at all.
it feels very,
Yeah.
I would almost say, the Great
It,
American, right now, Great American Bash feels like their WrestleMania.
I mean, it was like their culmination at the end of like this long storyline that they're kind of doing. But man, did that thing fall fucking flat, dude.
Oh,
Jeez.
that was one of the worst Ric Flair matches I've ever seen. But
But
let's
I'm so glad I saw it though. I'm really glad I
and
saw
it
it.
was well. Let's get started from the top because we're
Let's start
jumping
from
in.
the let's start from the top. Starrcade 90 Collision Course. Boom. Takes place December 16th, 1990 in St. Louis, Missouri. 7,200 people are in attendance. St. Louis used to be kind of like a wrestling capital of America, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Wrestling at the Chase and everything like that. Jim Ross and Paulie Dangerously, Heyman, they are gonna be doing the commentating team, sorry, and they welcome the fans, and they actually say hello to the troops in Desert Shield. They keep calling it Desert Shield. Was it called Desert Shield before the Storm?
Yes, it was Shield, and then when they went to war in January '91, they called it Storm.
So when it was Shield, they weren't really going to war. They were just like defending thing. Yeah, what is the difference between Desert Storm
Yeah,
and
they weren't trying to be aggressive yet.
yeah,
They were being stationed in case. By the way, though, did you notice though when they announced that the troops they said they're going to get a tape of it, so they're not going to be able to watch it live. WWE
yeah.
was able to get it to them live.
Really?
Yeah.
Back in 1990?
Yes. So if you were in your tent and you could watch it live, Survivor Series. This I don't know when it aired, but it aired at some other time.
Man, how did Vince do that? How did he get to them live?
Because he knows what he's doing and these guys don't.
Wow, he had the internet before the internet was a thing.
It wasn't the end, it was broadcast. They have it, they had a channel. It's called the Armed Forces Channel. It was like a TV channel this troops got in the desert. So like when they weren't like what?
The internet?
It wasn't internet, bro. It was a TV channel.
Internet? I'm just
You
joking.
Brian Kim now? No, internet.
All right. All right. So Jim Ross and Paulie, they run through the card and they say Black Scorpion, if he loses, he's getting unmasked. Also, we're gonna have a Pat O'Connor International Tag Team Tournament. By the way, if you guys don't know who Pat O'Connor is, he is a former wrestler. He's most well known right now for the O'Connor roll that everybody does still in wrestling. That's like when you get behind the guy, like kind of like an almost like a German suplex, and you kind of like roll. You know, like you
Yeah,
go, you fall down and you roll, and the other person, because you're holding on to the other person, they end up rolling with you, and then you go and get on top of them. That's what I know Pat O'Connor for, really. Greg Capetta, he welcomes Missy Hyatt and Sam Mushnick to the event. Sam Mushnick's 85 during this event, and Sam Mushnick thanks everybody. He is going to pass away in 1998, so it's like 8 years later, and he'll be like 93 years old.
So
Vince Junior is trying to beat that, obviously.
So just imagine this guy's 85 and he's cutting a promo in the ring.
Yeah, I mean he sounded fucking 85 though.
I know, but he
did not sound good.
Got into the ring, so Vince is gonna make it 85, bro.
By the way, if you guys don't know Sam Mushnick, This guy was like the first like real powerful president of the NWA when the NWA was an actual thing, like a real like when it was really powerful. He was the guy in charge, and he ran the St. Louis wrestling scene. He's like a legend over there. Um, Wrestling at the Chase and all that stuff. Back when people used to watch wrestling in tuxedos, bro.
Yeah.
They would sit around in dinner tables and tuxedos and shit and watch wrestling. That's so weird.
Yeah, a lot of the territory stories are like really weird. It was like a whole different scene.
Yeah, it was very weird. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. They do mention they're gonna send a tape overseas. So I forgot that Vince they were airing it live. But when do you think they're gonna get that tape?
Probably
Probably
yes, tomorrow they're gonna get it.
probably
Hey
1991.
guys, like there's still troops overseas. Guys, after you're done with your drills, we got something special. Starrcade 1990.
Yeah, by the time they got it, it was Desert Storm, right?
Yeah. Like
All
they
right,
didn't have time to watch it by then.
yeah, let's go to our first match. It is beautiful Bobby Eaton versus the Z-Man. And they're going to show you stat graphics. So each person that comes out, they're going to show you stats about them. And I actually like that. I wish they would do it now still because it tells you a little bit more about them.
They should do
Especially,
that in
this is
AEW.
important, I think, like, because, like, we're going to have a whole bunch of fucking tag teams that we don't know anything about. You know who could really use this? Is fucking AEW.
Yeah.
You know, when they got Drago coming out on Collision, or they got fucking Gravity, if you had a fucking graphic that just gave you a little bit more information and background about this person, like it would just show it during their entrance. It's fine, you know, like it's perfect, right?
No, said
They,
they no, it's better that Excalibur just screams their name.
yeah, I would not explain
So
really
that you know
anything.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So they say Ric Flair, he's actually had an incident with the limo, so he's actually not in his match tonight. And they say this during this match. Z-Man, there's this really cool spot where Z-Man like suplexes fucking Bobby Eaton onto the ramp. Remember, they have that ramp that connects directly to the mat. And he even does like a flying dive over the ropes onto Bobby Eaton on the ramp. The fucking crowd loves this. They're the only ones who are going to be fucking using the ramp like this. It's pretty cool. I don't know why everyone else didn't do it. Z-Man, basically, what ends up happening, though, at the end is Bobby Eaton uses an inside cradle for the win, and he breaks the whole match. The commentators talk about Z-Man's 35-match winning streak, but he loses it here, and the streak is over. They really fucked up. Z-Man, he could have been the first over.
Well, no, it was so weird that they gave him a winning streak because he got squashed by Vader at the Great American Bash. That was the last time we saw him on pay-per-view. So where was he having all these wins on the fucking Scrub show? Like
he probably was. If he had 35 wins since then, let's just say they started the wins right.
It had to start right after Vader. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vader squash.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's weird. Why would we give him? I guess I don't know why they gave him a 35-match winning streak.
Maybe to put over Bobby Eaton. I don't know.
Maybe it's like
you could tell they're trying to reward Bobby Eaton for not leaving with Stan Lee and Jim Cornette. You can tell like they're trying to like give him a good faith push.
So because Stan Lane and Jim Cornette leave for WWE, right?
No. They just leave. They don't go to WWE. They just
left.
They eventually show up. There. Jim Cornette was Jim Cornette.
That's why
I think they wanted. I think it was money.
Okay. Bobby Eaton stayed. All right. I love Bobby Eaton. I think he might have a shit body, but he can fucking wrestle. So
yeah, this was an okay starter, but again, it's like the show starts and already. So I just also want to say this: this crowd, it's a big crowd. It's probably one of the biggest. I don't know. To me, it feels like one of the biggest crowd they've had on a pay-per-view in a while, and they are so happy to be there. This crowd, and there's points in the show where this company just beats that excitement out of them. Like it's almost like they're punishing them. But it's weird because there's moments where they're super into the show, then there's other moments where they're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh yeah, well, St. Louis is like it's like a wrestling city, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of diehard wrestling fans.
They had so many people, and I feel like when I don't know, they never put their best foot forward. They just never.
Yeah, no, it's because like you'll have some matches that are kind of like this, it's just kind of fun, right? And like they do cool, like you might not like be totally into like Z-Man or Bobby Eaton, but the fact that they're doing these things like they're flying onto the ramp and shit like that. But then you're gonna have like a fucking 1 minute match and it's gonna fucking suck. So I totally understand why
You know what?
they
You know
get
what?
deflated.
I also like kind of thought up this week is that I think the reason why there's so many like multi tag matches and multi-man matches and Royal Rumbles and Battle Royals on all these pay-per-views is because they only had 4 or 5 a year. And I think that like if we just have single matches, we can't get everybody on the show, and these people are
Mhm.
gonna complain. So let's just do. I think the reason why WWE goes because they do Survivor Series and Royal Rumble before SummerSlam. It's like we just got to get everybody on the card. Like we
Yeah,
just got to get everybody a payday because if we leave out one guy, if Greg Valentine can't get in at the Survivor Series, he's not going to be happy.
yeah.
You know.
But this is why if you watch actually New Japan Pro Wrestling, they have a lot of 5-on-5 matches
Yeah.
because they don't have a weekly TV show.
Yeah.
So if they want to get these guys paid, they have to like get them on every show. That's why when you watch their fucking shows, there's like 2 singles matches and everything else is like a fucking 3-on-3, 4-on-4,
Yeah.
5-on-5. I fucking can't stand that shit, but they're just trying to get everybody on the show. You
I
know,
think,
I get
but what boggles my mind is a show like this where it's all these guys who don't work for the company and you do this fucking tournament. Like, why not? Who didn't have a match that we? Where was Vader? Where was some other people that didn't have matches?
I'm wondering if because they got a bunch of guys from Japan, even the Russians, they're really guys who work in Japan, right?
Mhm.
I wonder if they had to like do this, like send some people over there to Japan, and in return, we're gonna send some guys over from Japan over. Maybe
I,
they had some kind of agreement or something like that. Because Vader was also pretty fucking
yeah,
big in
I don't know.
Japan.
It's just like anyway. Let's keep going.
Yeah. All right, Tony Schiavone, he welcomes Dick the Bruiser, who is a fan favorite old time wrestler from St. Louis. And this guy fucking starts talking. He sounds like Jake Roberts, right? The current day Jake Roberts. The voice is all like fucked up. He says he's the king of the cage matches, and that's why he is actually going to be a special guest referee of the cage match today. But he heard a rumor, Ray, that there might be 2 Black Scorpions. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Mystery continues.
It's
Greg
crazy.
Capetta, he does the introduction for the Pat O'Connor Memorial International Tag Team Tournament. They do a parade of nations, and everybody fucking brings out the flags. The women bring out the flags of all the competing countries, and they also bring out this gigantic trophy. And they say the winner gets this trophy as the champions of the universe. Not my words. You don't win the tag titles. You are the champions
Of
of the
the
universe. So stupid.
oh my God.
Stupidest thing I
It
heard.
was did you notice they were booing certain
Yeah,
countries?
they were booing like every country except for the like America and the UK. They booed
Yeah.
everything else, dude. By the way, if this trophy was real, let's say you and I were in a tag team where we win this trophy, who would take it home? You or me?
Whoever was the bigger mark, bro.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. We're gonna go to match number 2. This is the first match in this Pat O'Connor Tag Team Memorial. It is the team representing South Africa, Colonel de Klerk and Sergeant Kruger, versus Team USA, which is the Steiner brothers. Um, by the way, South Africa is like one of the only people on this entire pay per view that will not get one of those fucking stats, dude. They don't get one. That's fucking racist, bro. That's fucking racist. Um, the clerk, Colonel de Klerk, by the way, he is one of the Public Enemy guys, right?
Oh yes, yes, he is. Yes.
Yeah. Tom Petty, is it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, anyways, if you know anything about Public Enemy and Tom Petty, he's kind of like a high flyer, right? and he does this fucking like plancha over the top rope, and he fucking hits Rick Steiner, who fucking no sells the fucking thing. He just fucking like swats him away. He no sold the plancha, dude, and he was like, "Fuck this shit. I don't fucking sell for ethnic moves, bro."
Yeah.
He fucking threw him in there, beats the shit out of him, and then Scott Steiner does the fucking Frankensteiner on the Clark for the quick fucking 2-minute match fucking victory.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Waste of time. Just a waste of the Steiners, waste of time.
Dude,
Waste.
they couldn't get Colonel De Beers for this, or is Colonel De Beers too
Well,
old?
Colonel De Beers was like an actual racist, so I don't think they wanted him.
Was he really racist? I thought that was just a gimmick.
Yeah, but the gimmick was like so strong that I don't think the gimmick was so strong and so racist. I don't think WWE or WCW wanted to touch him.
Oh yeah, I
Be
do. I
like
remember this. I
it'd be
remember
like an
this.
NWA.
I would see old AWA on the fucking ESPN. I would see this gimmick.
Yeah, it would be like if EC3 was like his character joined the Klan in the NWA, and they were just screaming the N word. He's like, "But it's just a gimmick." It's like, no, we're not. No one's touching you now, bro. I mean, not you know what I mean. No, not. By the way, I wouldn't be surprised if NWA does do that gimmick. The Klan has invaded.
Colonel De Beers. Oh man, but I mean, he was like, was he really South African, or was that?
I don't know, but like, it's so funny because like
No, the guy was fucking American.
all the South African wrestlers look like they were like in Cobra. You know what I mean? Like they all look
Yeah.
like. And I was like, and I even now I'm like, what the fuck's going on in South Africa? But like,
They all look like Justin Gabriel.
and they were all like just really racist. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know Justin Gabriel?
Yeah, he's South African. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know he's now PJ Black? Do you ever see what it looks like,
Yeah,
PJ
yeah,
Black?
he completely ruined. He completely
He
ruined.
looks so different. Yeah, he looks
He
completely
ruined.
different.
He ruined. He. I remember when I saw him, I'm like, oh, this guy could be like the next Jeff Hardy. Like, and I remember girls thought he was.
Oh, he was a very good-looking guy in NXT. Yeah.
He's a guy that just wow, what a way to ruin your life. Anyway,
Yeah, where is PJ
KO won't
Black?
be signing him anytime soon.
Where is PJ Black right now? Like, what is he
Now
doing?
called the Darewolf.
Yeah, he's called a Darewolf because he likes jumping out of planes and shit. What is he doing these days? Nothing, I guess. All right. Yeah, too bad. Yeah, PJ Black. All right. We're gonna go to match number 3, second tournament match. It is Chris Adams and Norman Smiley, who, yes, he is British, representing Team UK versus Mexico, which is Conan.
Oh, he's in MLW, bro.
And Rey Mysteric. That is how they spell his name, Mysteric. But the commentators call him Mysterion sometimes, right? But it's not Rey Mysterio that you guys see on the WWE. It is his uncle, the original Rey Mysterio. Conan, he does like a backbridge cover on Norman Smiley for the win. And as soon as this match is over, Rey Mysteric does a dive over the fucking top rope after the match, and he fucking hits nobody and he just fucking falls on himself and he fucking hurts himself like an idiot. Dude, I don't know why he did that. He did that like
I don't know why he did that either.
Why did he do that? It was the match is over. He knows the match is over. Like he hears the bell, he looks and he sees like Conan getting up from the pin and he goes, I'm still gonna fucking do this plancha, dude. That's what he said.
He hurts himself bad, yeah.
Yeah, he hurt himself. Yeah, because Chris Adams was on the outside, and I think Chris Adams was like, oh, this match is over. I'm not taking a fucking another bump, but this match is over. So like Chris Adams was like, I guess moved out of the way, and this guy fucking just landed him. Jesus, Rey Mysterio's uncle.
Dude,
anyway,
that was
what did you think?
It was very weird. It was very, very weird seeing Rey Mysterio. You know, like when you Google search, there is almost nothing left of pictures of this guy. It's all
yeah. I did not know Rey Mysterio's uncle actually wrestled for WCW. I didn't know that was actually a thing.
Yeah.
He
only did this. Yeah, you can't find.
Wait, this is the only time he's gonna wrestle for WCW?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did like the fact that he looked like a wolf. that I did not. I almost like, what if Dominic takes like the like what if Dominic were to take this guy's look and
Yeah.
completely.
So those of you guys are wondering, usually in Lucha Libre, um, family members pass down their gimmick, right? And when they do pass it down, they do take like inspiration, and so basically they'll have like the same kind of like mask style, right, or name. So you would think Rey Mysterio Jr., who's the current Rey Mysterio now, like based on how he looks, that's how his uncle looked, but it's completely different. Yeah, he looks like a wolf, which is even weirder because what does that have to do with being the Mystery King or something like that?
I don't
Isn't
know.
that isn't that what Rey Mysterio means? Because Rey is king and it's like
Yeah,
Mystery King, right?
there is like one other photo of him where he does kind of look like, Rey Mysterio. It looks like an evil version of him.
Yeah, he looked like I'm looking at this now. He looked kind of like almost like a barbarian, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and but it's even that picture that you just showed. I'm looking at it now. It still doesn't look anything like Rey Mysterio's current mask. You know?
No, I don't know. He wasn't that good. So I don't know. It's just very odd to me that like I almost feel, like companies can kind of like get things scrubbed. I almost feel like WWE was like said to Google, no matter what, when people search Rey Mysterio, it's just pictures of our guy.
Maybe that's possible. I mean, dude, if Vince McMahon discovered the fucking internet in 1990, anything is possible. You know?
But yeah, this match did it wasn't the worst. It was just interesting because it was interesting. Norman Smiley, Conan, the original Rey Mysterio. It was very
Yeah,
interesting. Like I don't expect to see these guys. So in that way, it was a good match. But in other ways, it was just stupid. Yeah.
yeah. It was like it was very quick. It wasn't like a long match. It was kind of quick, and um,
From a
it was
historical
kind of cool
standpoint,
seeing them. What
it was interesting.
historical standpoint? Yeah, it was pretty cool seeing them. Yeah. All right, so Missy Hyatt, she is with Michael Wall Street and Alexandria York, who is
But
Terry Reynolds from WWF. And York is holding a keyboard. She keeps calling a fucking computer. And she goes, this keyboard is we did all the statistics on this keyboard here, and it's gonna tell us that Terry Taylor has no way of beating Michael Wall Street. And in fact, he's gonna beat him in 8 minutes and stuff like that. I like this gimmick where they're just holding up a keyboard and they're like, "This is the future. This is the computer." You know what they should do? They should do this gimmick, but with instead of the computer and stuff they keep referencing, somebody keep referencing AI.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like like they're going like, "I have the artificial intelligence AI telling me that I can beat this guy." Like that, it would be so like funny because it's just like what they're perceiving of like what the internet and fucking computers are. You know?
Oh, dude, that would be fucking hilarious.
What do you think about this Michael Wall Street gimmick? I like it personally.
Well, I mean, we're gonna jump ahead to the match. It's IRS. The interesting thing to me, and I think this could work in AEW or WWE, is they put the time on the clock. So if you may not care about this match, and you may think this match is going to go on and on. Then they tell you this match can't go beyond 8 minutes 12 seconds, and that got the crowd more invested in the match, and which because they're like, okay, I can he beat Michael Wall Street? Can these guys beat each other within this time? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And because sometimes the problem with some of these WCW matches nobody cares about is they just go on and on and on and
yeah.
on.
Mm-hmm.
Here, and I think that'd be kind of interesting, even in AEW, like you can't beat me, you have to beat me in 6 minutes. And then you have this 6 minute rush. And I think the crowd be on their feet.
Yeah, the last group occasionally, WWE will do
To
this,
beat the
like
clock
beat the
challenge.
clock, yeah. But the one promotion that I really thought utilizes very well was actually, believe it or not, Billy Corgan's NWA, where they had the television champion and you had to beat him in 6:05, 6 minutes and 5 seconds, because that was the time that show used to air. So they had this thing where if you can't beat him in like 6 minutes and 5 seconds, then you don't get a title. And it made 100% made those matches way more exciting because it's a time thing. And you're right, I agree. There should be more of these like timed matches where if you even if you don't like lose, if you don't beat the person by an X amount of time, the match is already over. You don't get the title or whatever. You
Yeah.
know, I agree. I think it's more fun to do that. Not every match, but
No, but this would be a gimmick to bring back, especially now where the matches are so much faster. This would be a
yeah,
nice gimmick to bring back.
yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, like NWA, they would do it like once every 2 weeks. I think when they
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I thought it was great.
Now they do. Now they do a challenge where you join Gays Against Rumors. Or something.
Yeah, not a yeah. Not a
They do a challenge where you have to storm the Capitol, and whoever gets the American flag
yeah.
title shot. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go to match number 4. It is another match in the tag team tournament representing New Zealand, Rip Morgan and Jacko Victory, which is Jack Victory. The commentators even tell us this fucking guy is not New Zealand. He's not a New Zealand. He's not a Kiwi. He's fucking American. So he's not even fucking from New Zealand. But whatever. They're facing Team Japan, which is Mr. Saito and the Great Muta, who comes out to a great reaction, right? There's Muta chants and everything. Um, Muta hits a fucking German suplex with a bridge on Jacko Victory because he is not from New Zealand. And they win. Paulie then starts interviewing the Great Muta and Saito he goes like, I don't care who we're gonna face next. Japan is the best. We're not scared of anybody. Not even scared of the Steiners. What did you think of New Zealand versus Japan?
I mean, it's great to see Great Mood again, and people are very excited to see him. But again,
Yeah, dude, it was nice seeing him again.
yeah.
You know,
But this was another match where nobody cared.
but I wonder if that was like the trade off. Like, can we get Muda back for like pay per view? They're like, oh, what are you gonna use him in something big? Is he the Black Scorpion? No, we're just gonna fucking job him out in a fucking shitty tournament.
Yeah.
In return, we'll lend you Vader. I think that's probably what happened.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know, but it was nice to see him. But just this match is like I don't care about.
Yeah. All right. Team number 5. I mean, match number 5. Team number 5. Match number 5. It is Team Canada in the tag team tournament, represented by Bull Johnson and Troy Montour. Two guys I don't know. I know nothing about. I don't think I'll ever see them again. Versus what?
You'll never see them again. You're right.
Yeah. Versus USSR, represented by Victor Zangief and Salman Hasinikov. Victor Zangief, I do know something about him. He is the actual inspiration for Zangief in Street Fighter 2. This is the guy.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, he is a legit amateur wrestler. He's like was really good, and then he transitioned into pro wrestling, and he was big in Japan, right? These guys come from Japan right now, right?
Yeah.
But that Street Fighter 2 was what?
Japan was made in Japan.
Fucking created in Japan. And then you could tell this guy is the inspiration of Zangief by the fucking chest hair, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
this guy is so hairy.
Here's the deal though. This was 1990. That game wasn't out yet. And I could, if I paid money to go to this show and they brought out these 4 fucking idiots, I would have been fucking pissed, bro. It's like, dude, what are you doing? This is like an insult. This is supposed to be WrestleMania. This is fucking WrestleMania, and this is what you're giving me?
Dude, when I saw Zangief, I was like, we all owe fucking Prince Albert like an apology.
Yeah.
All these shave your back chants, he didn't deserve it. This guy was so hairy, it looked like his back was like wearing a wig.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just chest hair, it was like back hair. It was like really long and silky. It was so disgusting. Ugh. Anyways, both these Russians, they fucking throw some scary belly to belly suplexes.
Yeah.
They're like dropping people on their fucking head. Oh, it's terrible. It looks really scary. Zangief fucking does a belly to belly on Bull Johnson, and Bull Johnson, like, you know how when you throw someone belly to belly, they're supposed to like flip over and land on their back? This guy landed on his face, and I think after this match he retired. That's why we don't know anything else about this guy. Salmon, he does a scary belly to belly on Montour as well, and then he does like a weird awkward cover for a 3 count for the win. The Russians will move on. I guess we know. Hey, look, now you're Zangief. That's your Halloween costume right there.
It's my my Russian bear pelt. This match sucked. I didn't give a shit about this match. I thought it was insulting to charge people money and then throw the. I don't care that these guys are big in Japan. Throw these 4 fucking losers.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't mean anything to us.
I just thought it was like how fucking dare you? Like how fucking like there's I know that what about I know there's other wrestlers you could put on this show. Like how fucking it was just it was horrible. This match was horrible. And I could see the crowd. You could feel the crowd being like, we're getting ripped off. Like, what is this?
Yeah. Because like, where is like Brian Pillman, right?
Yeah, and by the way, he's in the back. He's in the back because he comes out at the main event. I was like annoyed that I'm watching this when these 4 retards came out. I was fucking annoyed, bro.
Yeah.
Charging people money. Yeah.
By the way, Vader actually was in New Japan at this time. I think that's why he wasn't there. But anyway, you were saying?
That's fine. But I'm just saying, like, you're charging people money, and you put these 4 people who nobody knows or cares about and bring nothing to the table in terms of athleticism. It's very insulting. It's it's very arrogant. That's what it is. It's arrogant.
It's very WCW, if you will.
Yes.
Tony Schiavone, he is with Sting, and he's going like things going like the Tony's asking about the Black Scorpion. And Sting's like, yeah, who would have thought this would have happened to WCW, right? Because this whole I don't know what he's thinking. I know what he's thinking is who would have thought this Black Scorpion would come to it. He's thinking, who would have thought this whole shitty storyline we'll be doing in WCW? I know that's what he's really thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell, like, in this promo, his heart's not in it because he knows how fucking dumb this is. Like, he knows it's dumb.
Yeah, and he knows he's going to have to go have a horrible match.
This is like Bray Wyatt before Bray Wyatt. You know, like...
No, this is worse than Bray Wyatt, this whole thing.
Yeah, because, okay, when we're talking about Bray Wyatt, we're talking about, like, the Fiend Bray Wyatt. When that shit got all fucking, like, weird and people had to act stupid, like, they had to act like there's mystical shit and everything, right? Like, this is what this is like. And it's like, well, no, man. Sometimes it's weird. Like, it works with some people, but some people it doesn't work. Like, for example, like Undertaker. I don't know. I thought it for Undertaker it worked, but it doesn't work.
It would have worked if they had a payoff. If they had somebody jump over, or if they had a guy that was, I don't know, like a guy that was in the indies or then came in. But the reveal they wound up doing made none of it work. It's worth it if the reveal is someone fucking good, you know?
You know, by the way, in that Japan match, Paul E is repeatedly going, you know, the Great Muta would have. I thought the Great Muta was Black Scorpion. He keeps bringing it up.
That would have been a great Black Scorpion.
Yes. Yeah.
And you could have Great Muta beat him for the belt.
Because
nobody knows what Great Muta looks like without the makeup.
Is somebody from Sting's past, right? But and he's recognizable. But I guess like the only reason why they can't do it is because they had already fucking said one of the clues was he used to be a tag team partner, and I guess they never tagged. That's
why they did that clue, though. They did that clue so people would think it was Ultimate Warrior.
Why did they do that fucking clue?
Because they want people to think that there's a possibility that Warrior is going to jump over and be the Black Scorpion. Like,
But why? Okay, I understand that, but why would... That's not possible. Okay, like, I understand that's what they're thinking, right? I'm not like...
we don't know that's not possible.
But they know it's not possible.
What?
But they know it's not
I
possible.
know they do, but we don't.
But why would you do that? Because if you do that, you're putting a lot of that's a lot of bad faith. You know what I'm saying?
Because they thought because they saw the fans as fucking idiots that they could carnival bargain, and they treated it like we fool these people, there'll be other people coming along. What they didn't realize was that it was just me and you, and we're staying, and Vince didn't treat us like that, which is why he's in the stock market and these guys are homeless. They wanted you to think it was the Ultimate Warrior. They want you to think that maybe Warrior could jump. He would. We don't know. We're kids. We don't know. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we were. Yeah, even adults don't really know.
When
Because
Sid Vicious showed up on WWE's TV screen one day, I didn't know that was possible. Same thing with because I don't know the contract. Now we do. Now we fucking have
yeah.
Sean Ross Sapp telling us every 20 seconds what's going on. We don't know that back then. So, but you're right. It's a lot of bad faith because I'm sure there's some kids out there that were like, they kind of know, like, oh, the Ultimate Warrior and Sting were partners. I saw that in a magazine. Maybe it's Ultimate Warrior. Maybe Ultimate Warrior is going to come. But yeah, it was fucking stupid, bro. It was
Yeah, that
incredibly
was, yeah, it's really stupid. That's like shooting yourself in the foot, really.
yeah.
All right, so they recap the conflict between Terry Taylor and Michael Wall Street, where he gets fucking slapped by Alexandria York, and they're gonna get for this next match, their match coming up. They get former wrestling at the Chase announcer Mickey Gary Giola for this one, and he's going to do the announcing for this. It was a little, his guy's old, so give him a break. Ter- they show you the stats, and Terry Taylor's stat, I shit you not, says one of his stats is his father is a medical doctor.
He's such a loser, bro.
He has he, he he's so he has nothing to the point where they have to go his dad's a
Yeah, that's
doctor.
their job.
God, oh my God, I felt so bad for this guy. It made me laugh.
You
Oh
know
my
what
God,
though? We all make he's still working in WWE. So
he's still working. Yeah, he must do something right for them to keep people to keep hiring.
I think he just knows how to kiss ass and stick around.
He's got staying power. I'll give him fucking that. He's got
I mean,
staying
he's
power.
been fired, like he's been chased out of WWE like 3 or 4 times, and he's been back there now for like 10 years, basically co-running NXT. So
Yeah,
fucking
I
crazy.
mean, and when he was out of WWE, he was in TNA. Like this guy he's always in the wrestling business. Like he's constantly in the
People,
wrestling business.
you can talk shit about this guy, and he definitely deserves to be talked shit about. But let me tell you something,
Why? Why did he talk shit about it?
because he stinks. He has no charisma. But he still has a job. Bret Hart doesn't. Hulk Hogan doesn't. Um, so many great people have no say in anything wrestling related, and he's still there, and he still has power. So what can you do?
Yeah, yeah, he's still with the fucking company to this day. Yeah,
Kevin Sullivan doesn't have a job. Eric Bischoff doesn't have a job. This fucking guy's running NXT. Well, he's not running, but you get my point. He's like co-running.
no, yeah. He is like the Billy Gunn of fucking. He's like the Jeff Jarrett of like producers or something.
Yeah, so it's like you can make fun of him, but I'll never forget like Bruce Pritchard on his podcast talk about him like he's a fucking loser and that nobody likes him. And then Conrad just said, "Well, he's still there." And Bruce didn't know what to say. And ever since Bruce got rehired, he's calmed down on talking shit about Terry Taylor. Because Conrad was like, "Well, if he's such a fucking idiot, no one fucking likes him. Why is he still working in WWE?" And
Yeah,
Bruce didn't know what to say.
yeah, because it's probably like a personal thing.
It is a
But I
person.
don't I don't think he's as hated as everyone says he is. Because why would he keep being
He's
hyped?
hated by certain people.
Just by certain people? Yeah,
But I'll tell you why probably Bruce Pritchard at the time didn't like him. Because Bruce Pritchard probably thought I should still be there and you shouldn't. You were
yeah,
the Red Rooster. I was Vince McMahon's best friend. Why don't I? And now like they both have jobs. So
yeah. Well, I would say to Bruce at the time, the reason why is because Terry Taylor, his dad's a doctor. I mean, come on,
yes, there you go.
yeah. Anyways, We're gonna go to match number 6. Terry Taylor versus Michael Wall Street with Alexandra York. Obviously, as we mentioned, this is one of those things where there's a timer. You got to try to beat him in like fucking 8 minutes. This match is so funny to me because in the beginning, Terry Taylor is getting the best of Michael Wall Street, so Michael Wall Street has to like take a powder outside the ring. And Alexandra York coming up to him with their fucking keyboard and being like, "This is what the computer says you gotta do. This is what your computer is telling you to do this." I fucking love this gimmick, dude.
I know.
It's so
Dude, you can tell.
stupid.
You can tell, like a guy like Ole Anderson doesn't know how computers work.
Yeah, that's why it's so.
Yeah,
I want someone
it's
to
like
do
some
this
two
with
old guys who
AI.
don't know how you work a computer.
Yeah, and they should do this. They should totally do this gimmick with AI. They should have like Shawn Michaels would be like, "This is what you're gonna do.
No,
You're
no.
gonna be losing, but
They should
someone's
have
gonna come
QT
up to you."
Marshall. QT Marshall's working with the AI.
Yeah, yeah. Bring
And
out a
that
pad
girl,
and
that
be
hot
like,
little blonde he has with him. Yeah.
"Yeah." The AI says you need to go to the top rope more often. You'll be, it's so it's such a funny gimmick. I fucking love this gimmick, man. Anyways, Michael Wall Street hits his stock market crash finisher, which is a Samoan drop for the win. He beats Terry Taylor in under 8 minutes. I think it was like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Like there was still like 2 more minutes to go.
Yeah.
Fucking,
I gave my thoughts on this match earlier. I thought the time limit added a lot to it. Without that time limit, I think people would have felt I don't think I would have been invested. It was they did a good job, these two.
dude, no, the computer did a great
The
job.
computer did a the computer was the one who figured out how to make this show.
Yeah. They show you after this match the Wrestle War 1991 promo, and it's got like fucking Michael Hayes dressed up as sexy Uncle Sam, and you got Sting dressed up like a drill sergeant. But they also have that voiceover, that classic like 90s voiceover guy. I remember like this act now, like I remember ads like this. This is like
I like this
this
ad a
really
lot.
felt like the 90s. It really did feel like the 90s.
I like this ad a lot. This is
Yeah.
my favorite part of the show.
Yeah, definitely. I liked it. They showed it multiple times. Stuff like this is pretty cool. Match number 7, we get Big Cat and the and the Motor City Machine Gun.
Motor City Madman. He's
Motor
the dad of
City
the Motor
Madman.
City Machine Guns.
Yeah. Versus the Skyscrapers. That's right. This is Sid Vicious and Dan Spivey. And they just start brawling right away. And the Skyscrapers, they just fucking fight right away. They don't even get this fucking stats up. Anyway, the Skyscrapers hit an assisted power bomb on the Motor City Madman for a very quick squash. After this match, they're talking to Paulie and they say Sting is still technically a horseman. And they were like, "Hey, this is just like a one-time thing, right? Skyscrapers is a one-time thing." And they were like, "Nah, it's not a one-time thing. We decide if it's going to be a one-time thing or not, because Skyscrapers rule the world. They're super over. I gotta admit, they're really over."
Dude, no. Sid Vicious is over. This is the loudest the crowd's been since the show started.
Yeah, since
Sid
since Muda.
People love Sid Vicious, and man, he has, like, say what you will, and people say a lot of shit. Up until this point, no one's had the charisma he has on this show.
Not even Zangief?
Not even Zangief, no. Dude, he just exudes star power and confidence. The Steiners don't do that. Everyone else looks like they fucking are country bumpkins compared to him. It's you know what? I always was back and forth with Sid my whole life. But now doing this journey, and then we're actually watching these shows. It's like, wow, man, this guy was a star. They had something with him, and they let him go to Vince.
Dude, I always liked Sid.
Yeah.
Sid was
I
so
liked
cool.
Sid, then I got older, and I didn't. Then I went in phases.
Like, the first time I ever saw Sid was Sid Vicious. No, Sid Justice. I loved Sid Justice. When he turned on Hogan and all that shit was so hot. And then Psycho Sid, that was pretty cool. But yeah, Sid is...
He's the master and the ruler of the world. He is.
Yeah, I know why... I know part of the reason why people shit on Sid is because of all the really shitty backstage stories about him. Because there's a lot of shitty backstage stories.
Yeah.
The squeegee, the
Squeegee,
scissor
the
fight.
scissors,
Yeah.
the softball.
Oh, your dog behind you is just sitting, is just perfectly right in the
Yeah,
frame, and then she did this whole like staring into the camera thing. It was really cute.
it's a fun dog. She likes
By
it.
the way, Big Cat is fucking Mr. Hughes, right?
Yeah, we'll see more of him. The Motor City Machine Gun. He has to go give birth to Alex Shelley, so we don't see him again.
Oh, okay, yeah, I never heard of that guy either. There's so many people on this show that like I don't know anything about Spot ever. They
Yeah,
don't even have like a Wikipedia page, you
yeah.
know?
That's the thing that annoys about the show because like, it just feels like they brought in a bunch of fucking homeless people to wrestle, and it's
Yeah,
like, what are you doing?
but not Brian Pillman. No,
Brian Pillman had to sit in the back and catering.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Match number 8: Tommy Rich and Ricky Morton with a fucking Robert Gibson on crutches. They're going to be facing the fabulous Freebirds with Little Richard Marley. By the way, the Freebirds are back to being rednecks. They're no longer transsexuals or whatever they were trying to be last time. That phase didn't work out for them. So the finish happens while the ref's distracted, Little Richard Marley goes up on the top row to try to fucking like injure Ricky Morton's leg, but Robert Gibson from the outside hits him with one of the crutches. So Marley falls off the top rope and he fucking like bumps Jimmy Jam Garvin. And Garvin turns around and he gets all fucking mad and distracted. And while he's distracted, Ricky Morton rolls him up for the victory. This is not your typical Freebirds versus Ricky Morton. I mean, it's just like a very quick, like 5-minute match. Afterwards, the Freebirds like beat the crap out of Little Richard Marley, and the good guys come in to try to save. But while they come in to save, they kind of leave Robert Gibson in the ramps, and then the fucking Freebirds beat the shit out of him and they leave. What did you think about this?
It was a fun match. It was a fun little street fight. I enjoyed it. The crowd was into it. Yeah, I liked it.
Is this the end of Little Richard Marley? Like he's no longer with them anymore?
I believe so. I really didn't realize there was a Little Richard Marley until we put on Halloween Havoc 19. I always thought it was
Yeah,
Jimmy Garvin and Michael Hayes. And eventually Diamond Dallas Page manages them, but we're not up to that yet, I guess.
yeah. I don't think he was a good fit.
Little Richard?
Yeah, because he's wearing like he has like Sting face paint on, and I'm like, why does he have like Sting face paint on?
So you don't like him?
I don't think he fits with the Freebirds. No,
I don't think he fits anywhere. No. Well, also
um,
because the Freebirds are racist, so it doesn't make any sense.
yeah, I guess that too. Yeah, but like,
I mean, I don't. I mean, they just everything screams of like white power about them, even if they're not.
Oh yeah, because they come out with the fucking like, was that the
Confederate flag?
Yeah, the Confederate flag and shit. Yeah, it just I don't know. I think it would have been better if at least if they dressed Marley similar to them.
Well,
Instead,
I don't think a lot of. I don't think a lot of. If you're a black guy that lives in the South, I don't think you can be on national TV wearing the Confederate flag. I think it'll get beat up at a bar.
you know what? Colonel De Beers would have been cool with it. All right, so
Work the gimmick, brother. Hey, did
yeah.
you see that? I didn't know this, but the Congress of Mexico today had a hearing about an alien corpse. Alien corpses.
All right. So I actually was about to text you this like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
I don't think that's real because some of that footage is from 2017 and nobody else. I Googled it, all of this. There's not even a Mexico of Congress. That doesn't exist.
There is.
It's a hoax. I wish it was real.
No, there is a. Did you look up on Wikipedia? There's a Congress of there's a General Congress of the United Mexican States.
Yeah, but there's not a Mexico of Congress. That wording.
Okay, that's what we're calling it because we're idiots. But it's really called the Congress of the Union of the United Mexican States. That is a real thing. They meet. 128 people meet. So we're just calling it the wrong thing.
So tell us about this. The Mexicos reveal the aliens?
No, that would make sense. Why? Well, I want to talk about this stage. It makes sense why I'm so off. If there's aliens in my family, like if there's if the aliens were in Mexico City, and I have alien DNA. That clears up a lot for me, I think.
I'll tell you one thing. I was so hoping for this to be real. I got so excited. I fucking put up a Facebook post. I messaged all my friends. And then right before I was messaging you about this, I was like, let me do some more research. The more I looked into it, I was like, this is not fucking real. And I took down the post. I fucking wrote an apology to my friends.
Michael Ian Black thinks it's real, and he's
Michael Ian Black?
yeah.
Michael Ian Black also thinks that the Motor City Madman was the greatest WCW wrestler of all time. All of this is real. I wish it was. I want nothing else I want nothing more than to be wrong about this. But this looks like a fucking hoax with like old footage that's all mixed in together.
Well, this is Michael Ian Black is saying. I'm not saying it's real. I'm just saying this is happening right now in Mexican Congress. It's not called Mexican Congress, but you could. So somebody's taking it seriously. So just the fact that they look, it could be fake, but the fact, first of all, well, you can't be mad because the cartel will shoot you if you complain about this. But the fact that they're having like a business day to discuss this is kind of funny, you know?
Yeah. So if any of you guys are not familiar with what we're talking about, they actually brought aliens out, like the dead bodies of aliens. Like you can see pictures of it. Like they were like, hey, we not only do we have this like footage of UFOs that you guys have seen countless times, here's some fucking bodies of some aliens. And I popped, brother. But it's unfortunately it's not real. God, I wish it was. They're in these little coffins. Their hands are in these little coffins, dude.
I'm just gonna say that if there's alien blood in my family, a lot of the things I've struggled with make sense.
Did you see the little aliens in the coffin?
Yeah. All right, let's get back to Starrcade though, because
Yeah.
we got like.
Wait, why do we talk about aliens?
Oh, because I saw it on Twitter, and they're in my family's hometown, so I'm related to aliens.
All right. You know who else? You know what? If there are aliens, we gotta fucking send Stan Hansen after these fucking guys. This guy is a scary motherfucker. Tony Schiavone, he is with Stan Hansen, he was gonna have a Texas Lariat match with Lex Luger and Stan Hansen. This is a good promo actually, because in this promo he explains the rules of the match, but in his character. So he's got the fucking tobacco chewing and hanging out of his mouth, the fucking drip all like going down his chest. And Tony Schiavone looks so grossed out while he's holding the microphone. It's perfect. I looked at Stan Hansen. Do you know how old he was during this promo?
How old?
41. He's the same age as me. He looks fucking 60, dude.
Yeah, he's always 60.
Yeah. Anyways, they're not having a match, but they're having a match later on. But we're gonna go to match number 9. It is, I think, the semifinals of this fucking tag team tournament. USA Steiners versus Team Mexico, which is Conan and Mysterio. Conan is noticeably limping in this fucking match. He got injured somehow too.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but basically what ends up happening is Rey Mysterio's uncle, he tries to go for the fucking Frankensteiner on Rick Steiner, and Rick Steiner's like, oh, fucking no way, man. And then he just fucking power bombs him for the very quick victory. Paul Heyman says that was a mistake. He shouldn't have done a Frankensteiner because Rick Steiner does not want some Mexican stealing his little brother's move.
Yeah, I heard that.
That was so funny to me. That was perfect. That was such perfect. I love that. What did you think about this?
Another nothing match. But again, it's interesting to see Rey Mysterio and Conan. So that's about all.
I think they had to make it quick because they were in.
Yeah. I'm just saying this whole tournament was a bad idea.
Yeah, it's a very bad idea. I don't. You know what you should do? You should do these tournaments in like their TVs, and then just have like the finals or something. Like I don't know why you don't do that.
Brutal. It was fucking brutal.
Yeah, brutal. Tony Schiavone, he is with Arn Anderson and Barry Windham, and they're talking about. They show you the footage of Ric Flair. What do you call it? Being in the he's in the limousine and he basically got jumped, right? And they're putting a promo on fucking Doom about that. Because Teddy Long, he like orchestrated the whole thing and he got Ric Flair jumped. We're gonna go to match number 10, another semifinal match for the tag team tournament. USSR, Victor Zangief and Salman Hasinikov versus Japan, Saito and Muda. Salmon once again hits a very fucking scary belly to belly on Muda. Fucking lands on his head. And Saito is just like, that's it. I'm fucking sick and tired of these fucking Russians taking liberties on people. He hits a fucking huge clothesline on fucking Zangief and then does a backdrop suplex on Zangief for the win. The commentators, they put over Saito really strong.
Yeah, he's like a legend over there. Yeah.
Yeah, he is that guy legit. He is like on like Haku levels scary, supposedly.
Yeah. But you know what? Again, another match I don't care about. Another like it's just in order to get to the Great Muta and Saito versus the Steiners, you have to have so many matches. Me and the crowd don't give a fuck about, and this was one of them.
My favorite part was like when fucking Great Muta got dropped on his head. Saito was like, "Yeah, I'm over this shit," and he comes and he's just fucking like hitting them because these Russians are they're fucking careless as fuck, dude. I was like, "Geez, you gotta injure so many people." Tony Schiavone, he is with Doom, and everybody in Doom cuts a promo. Teddy Long has this weird habit, this terrible habit of actually he just keeps repeating other people's catchphrases like homie don't play that, and what was the other fucking thing he said? Oh, I'm falling and I can't get up. Like he was just like doing everyone else's promo, doing everyone else's catchphrases. Like, why are you doing that, dude?
Yeah, he wasn't a good promo yet.
You know what? There should be somebody doing that right now, like doing like everyone else's catchphrase.
That'd be fun.
That would be a good gimmick. I think that'd be a fun gimmick. Someone just going like I don't know.
And that's the bottom line because Ricky Stark.
Yeah. Just doing it.
Ricky Stark should just do all the Rock's catchphrases.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go to match number 11. This is the Texas Lariat match for the U.S. title. Stan Hansen, who's the champion, versus Lex Luger. Basically, you have to touch all fucking corners. It's like a full rope match, basically. Lex Luger, he does touch all four, but when he's going for the fourth corner turnbuckle, he like runs into the referee, so the ref bump, and the ref is down. And while the ref is down, Stan Hansen takes off his boot. He uses it on Lex Luger. A second referee comes in, and he watches Stan Hansen hit all the fucking corners, turnbuckles, and he calls for the bell. And right when he's giving the victory, the first referee wakes up and he goes, no. Even though I got hit, I did see Lex Luger hit all four corners. And he gives fucking Lex the title, and Lex Luger fucking clothesline. Stan Hansen, the crowd is going crazy. Jim Rossi is with Lex Luger, who says he's glad he's the U.S. champion again. He doesn't care about the world title. He only wants his U.S. title, which is now he's like the fourth-time U.S. champion. What did you think about this match?
This was the best match on the show. Luger delivered again. The crowd loved it. They finally did a finish where Luger looked like a fucking idiot. Finally, after all this time. I thought it was a hard-hitting, really fun strap match.
I actually thought the first time we see Lex Luger versus Stan Hansen, where Stan Hansen wins the belt, I thought it was like, what the fuck? Why are they doing that? Right? But it actually, I think, was to the benefit because Lex Luger beating him, I think it was good for Lex Luger to beat like a crazy brawling guy like this.
Yeah.
You know, it made him look much stronger. I really enjoyed this match as well. I think the crowd did as well, but they're judging from the reaction.
Excellent. Yeah, it was a hard hitting, fun match, and you could tell JR was into it.
Yeah. I love matches like this. There should be like a brawling style match like this, like at least one on every paper. You know?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Match number 12. We get another
Jesus
supposedly hard-hitting match, a street fight for the tag titles.
Christ.
This is bad placement, man.
Oh, it's
You know,
fucking hard.
yeah, you're gonna have this hard-hitting lariat match with there's like ropes and shit like that with Stan Hansen, and then right after you're gonna have a street fight. No, separate the two, because if you're putting them together, we're gonna be comparing it. And this is whoever was a booker for this bad place. This is a terrible place. Street fight for the tag titles: Arn Anderson and Barry Windham versus Doom, who are the champions. So this is basically a hardcore match. So everyone's bleeding. Everybody's bleeding. There's a rando standing for each outside because each of them are medical assistants for each team. They do nothing. They do absolutely nothing.
Mhm.
There is a double cover on both teams, right? So, and the ref counts twice. They ends in a draw. This is so fucking stupid. JR is so annoyed by this. He calls Paul Heyman stupid, and they get into a fucking argument that reminded me of our argument last week.
Yeah, yeah.
I hated this fucking match. It's so dumb.
It was the problem with this show, and I'm feeling it now that we're breaking it down because and I'm having a blast. You're a great guy. But what I'm saying is it's so fucking unnecessarily long. And
Yeah.
I know the show has to be 3 hours. That's not what I'm saying. But like you could have given some of these other matches more time and made it a better show. Like it's so fucking long. It feels like a 9-hour show. It doesn't feel like a 3-hour show. It's like punishingly long and
Because there's
boring.
14 matches.
Yeah.
That's too many. There's too many.
Well, but the fucking it's one thing if like you have 14 matches with acts that everybody wants to see. You're just wasting my time with these fucking losers. And then because I remember liking the match last month or whatever 2 weeks ago with Halloween Havoc, and I know you didn't. This has the potential to be something interesting, but by the time we get to it, we're so fucking over tag matches that we just don't give a shit.
Yeah. This is, by the time we are getting to this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9th tag team match we've seen.
It makes me mad, bro. It makes me so fucking mad.
Yeah. 9 out of 12. We've seen 12 matches, and 9 of them are tag team matches.
You know what? Terrible. You know what, too? Like, I listen to Arn Anderson's podcast, and Arn Anderson legit thinks that NWA WCW had a better product than WWE. I want to do the podcast with him. Be like, how the fuck do you think this is better than WWE? How fucking dumb? This is why you went. That's why Vince didn't like you, bro. This is why Vince didn't trust you, because that's his big thing to Vince. Like, you got to be out of your fucking mind, bro.
Well, to make you feel better, right? Yeah. So think of it this way. Even back then, they said WCW had better wrestling, right? Mm-hmm. Right? They were like, it has better wrestling than WWE, right? And ultimately, what happens to WCW?
It's over. No, I know. We keep, but it's just okay. We got
is there another company that they talk about like this?
AEW.
Yeah, same thing. So don't even worry about AEW. Eventually, if they go down this path, this is exactly what's going to happen.
But see, they have the same problem. So they just shove people on it. You don't know. But now you have people on Twitter. I guarantee if there was Twitter in 1990, people would be like, who are these Russians? Well, you're a fucking idiot. You should be watching New Japan World so you can see these Russians. They're actually really great wrestlers. And
don't you know Street Fighter, bro?
Yeah, like, shut the fuck. I hate it. I remember, and it was a big thing. And one of this fucking girl, and I liked when I met her, but she's so fucking annoying on Twitter. People were like, who is this? And I think I ranted about this. Who is this El Higo de Verdigo guy from Mexico? Who is he? What does he do? And I was like, you don't know anything about wrestling. I can't believe you don't know who this guy is. You don't need to. Yeah, I do need to know. I need to know everybody on the show, bro. I need to be invested. Yes. And have they done anything to make him an interesting character on AEW? El Higo de Vigo Bajigo. No, they've done nothing. They've done nothing. We're just supposed to care about him. It's so fucking dumb. And I guarantee you,
I can't believe you're not more upset about what. Yeah, okay, I get what you're upset about, and that's legit. But you don't think this match? You're not annoyed by the finish of this match?
Of what, the Four Horsemen and stuff?
Yeah, because
Yo,
the
I am. But I'm just saying that, like, at this point, I'm just like, I just couldn't even really get into the match to be that annoyed because I'm just
how
done
is it
with tag
supposed to
match.
get Doom over? How is it supposed to get Doom over?
The show is not going to get anybody over at this point. The show's over. But like, I'm just what I'm saying is, I really wasn't into this match at all to even get mad about.
Oh,
I'm
I
just
see.
ready.
Okay.
I'm just ready to move on from tag matches. And there's one more. There's
Yeah,
one
yeah.
more.
It's not even the last tag match. We're gonna go to our penultimate match, match number 13, the finals of the Pat O'Connor Tag Team Memorial Tournament. It is Team Japan, Saito and Muda versus Steiners, who represent USA. Taiga Hattori is the special guest referee. If you guys don't know who Taiga Hattori is, he's a longtime New Japan Pro Wrestling referee. If you don't know that, then you're not a real wrestling
Not
fan.
a real
Right?
fan.
You're not a real fan.
Picture.
By the way, Tiger Hattori, he retired in 2020, but actually refereed a match this year in 2023. It was an impromptu. Um, this is actually really funny we're watching this because do you know whose match he fucking refereed?
Who's that?
Great Muda's.
Oh
Great
shit.
Muda retired this year in Noah. And after his match where he lost, he goes, I want to have one more match with Masahiro Chono, who's like an old man too. And he comes out and he goes, Taigo Tori. And he goes, Taigo Tori, I want you to referee it. And Taigo Tori refereed it. So technically, he refereed his last match this year. He refereed Muda's last match. And here we are reviewing Taigo Tori refereeing Great Muda's match again. By the way, when they're talking about they're putting over Saito, JR makes a McDonald's reference. Do you know the story
Oh
behind
yeah,
that?
because they're putting the boulder through the McDonald's. Yes, with Ken
Yeah,
Patera.
because Ken Patera threw a fucking boulder through a McDonald's when those cops came to their hotel room, and Saito and fucking Patera beat the shit out of them and went to jail for 2 years. So JR was going like, Tiger Tori advised him never to go to McDonald's. So I thought it was kind of funny. There is a blind tag by Rick Steiner. And so Rick Steiner goes up to the top and actually does a sunset flip fucking cover on Saito for the win, while Muda was basically standing on the fucking top ropes, like fucking posing and shit. It was fucking stupid. Tony Schiavone, he's with the Steiners and he gives them the fucking award. And fucking Jim Herd comes out and he fucking says a bunch of nonsense. What did you think?
It was okay. Again, like, it's just too many tag matches, bro.
Too many tag matches. Too many tag
But
matches.
now we get to the main event, which is one of the most ridiculous pieces of shit
Yeah.
I've ever witnessed. I was flabbergasted at how bad this was.
Can I ask, wasn't it so bad that it was good?
It was, but it also, you know what? It made me it took Ric Flair down a few notches for me. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. It took everybody down a few notches.
Well, especially Ric Flair. Well, also the people that put him in this position. But why don't you give the review and then I'll give my comments.
Okay. So this is a steel cage match for the NWA title. The Black Scorpion versus the champion Sting. And Sting comes out and then like a multiple amounts of Black Scorpions come out, like a whole bunch of Black Scorpions, right? And fucking an object comes down from the ceiling, and Jim Ross calls it a spaceship, a spacecraft.
Yeah.
And it's like a star with four fucking things, and it comes down and it fucking closes on the ramp, so it looks like a fucking like dome kind of thing. And then a voiceover goes like, the other scorpions you just saw that are in the ringside area, they're all messengers. And the real scorpion is here in this box, and it opens up, and it's a fucking scorpion comes out with a robe, which should have been a fucking foreshadowing right there. The crowd is not into this at all, by the
way. No.
Yeah, it's really, they're not into this. There's no cheering at all. And you can tell that there are some people who already know it's Ric Flair because you hear people shout Ric Flair.
Yeah.
You hear people fucking go, "Let's go, Flair!" Like you hear it, like it's audible. You can fucking hear it.
Yeah.
Did you know it was like when you watched this when you were a kid, right?
I didn't watch this. I never seen this one.
Oh, this is your first time watching it too?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I knew it was Ric Flair from the Black and White magazines, but I had always assumed that the match starts Ric Flair unmasked. I'm Ric Flair, and then they have a typical Ric Flair Sting match. That's what I thought. What? Because that would make sense for Ric Flair at the beginning of the match. So and then the crowd is like, "Oh wow, we get a Ric Flair match," because like instead of like fooling them, thinking you're gonna fool them,
Yeah.
and that's not what they did.
No, what they did was
The
way more
problem,
boring.
the problem with this match is Ric Flair is trying not to be Ric Flair
Yes.
the entire match. He can't do it, and he goes right back to all his move sets. He can't not be Ric Flair, and to me, I that takes him down because say what you will about Hogan, but when Hogan became Hollywood Hogan, his whole moveset changed. He did things very different. There was like little things he would do different that he didn't do as Hulk Hogan. And Ric Flair couldn't do it. He was a complete fucking failure at trying to be anyone but Ric Flair.
Do you think it's also because like maybe he wasn't like prepared for it? Like they just kind of threw it on him. Hey, can you just fucking wrestle?
That could be it as well. That could be it as well. But like at that point, then instead of him like he's only Ric Flair. He can't. You could tell like this guy can't be an actor. Like you could tell.
So in the beginning, he does wrestle not as Ric Flair. So I'll give him a benefit of that. He does try. But the problem with that is it's a fucking very boring match.
Yeah.
It's very boring.
He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to not do his moves.
Yeah, like he knows the fundamentals of wrestling, right? So you can wrestle like a fundamental. Like if you told Ric Flair, can you just not do Ric Flair should just wrestle like a fundamental match? That's what this was, and it's not. It's like a wrestling class almost, right?
Yeah. Listen, you can say what you want about Hulk Hogan, and everyone does. Hulk Hogan almost has like 3 different fucking styles. He has Japan style, he has WWE style, and he has Hollywood Hogan style.
Yeah.
And they're 3 different fighting styles, which not a lot of guys, and I realize not a lot of guys know how to do that. They can't like wrestle like 3 different people.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's only a few people. There's only a few people who could probably do it like that, and I can't think of them at this time. I don't want to even try. But there is a part in this match that I thought was really funny, where Ric Flair keeps putting his feet on the ropes, and then Dick, the Bruiser has to knock his feet off the ropes because he's holding like Sting in a chokehold, and then he puts his feet on the rope for leverage.
Yeah,
and Dick the Bruiser knocks it down. They do it like 6 times.
And Ric Flair, and I know Ric Flair wants to do like his jaw jacking, and he can't because he's the Black Scorpion. So he just slowly puts his foot back, and then Dick the Bruiser takes it off, and and I can tell he's trying to be a character. So, but he's doing the Ric Flair things, but the match just stinks. This match was horrible. And
it's so bad, it's kind of good.
But then the other problem with this fucking match is it would have been great if at the end Ric Flair unmasked and then he did a promo. And Jim Ross is screaming, "We have 3 minutes left of
2 minutes,
2 minutes of airtime," and they're nowhere near the finish. And I'm in my head, I'm like, well, maybe if you didn't have a dumb fucking tournament, you could have given this match more time.
Yeah.
And ending more time.
I was thinking about that. I was like, why did you guys like go all the way to the fucking last second? Like you didn't have to do that, but
why didn't you be like, you know what? Like maybe we won't do the VK Wall Street match.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know what? Because that's 8 minutes that we can give because people are waiting for this reveal. And the reveal was stupid, but you don't give it any time. I would have liked to have seen Ric Flair grab a mic and just cut a Ric Flair promo for the crowd about how fucking what's his name is fucking an idiot. Sting.
Yeah. By the way, Sting, he does win. He hits a flying crossbody for the win. Just he beat Ric Flair basically. He just beat Ric Flair clean. And afterwards, all the Scorpions enter and Dick the Bruiser and Sting try to fight him off. But this is the funniest part. They lock the cage, typical WCW thing. They're in the cage, they lock so none of the good guys can come in. And Ric Flair, still like dressed as the Black Scorpion. Still, they haven't revealed that he's Ric Flair, right? He climbed over the top of the cage, but he still has his like one leg dangling in because he's trying to get Sting to fucking grab it. But because of this commotion, Sting doesn't see it, and he starts attacking Arn Anderson, and you see Ric Flair climb back into the ring, and you hear him fucking yell, "Turn it around!" You can hear him go, "Turn it around," because he wants something to happen with Sting. So what ends up happening is they don't hear him, so he just comes back down. He escape, and he ends up just coming back into the ring, just like, fuck it. It's so funny, dude. It's really funny.
Dude, they really. I can't imagine. There was like some fucking kid in the South that ordered this, thinking that the reveal was gonna be insane. Like, it's Hulk Hogan! Hulk Hogan's the Black Scorpion! And it's just Ric Flair in a horrible match. What a fucking dude. I knew the ending, and I've known it for like 30-something years, and I was still disappointed watching it.
Yeah. By the way, the good guys do run in and they fucking yank Ric Flair's mask off, but like it's literally like the last like 5 seconds, and he just runs away. There's nothing like there's no big astonishment that it's Ric Flair. He just yank it off. They go, "It's Ric Flair," and he fucking runs away. It's stupid. It's really dumb.
Dude, did you know like every time Ric Flair hit like a Ric Flair move, Paul Heyman would be like, "It's just so hard to tell who this could be." And he's like doing Ric Flair's like flop. It's like, oh, dude, this was the worst match of Ric Flair's career by far.
Yeah, and it's like I get it. It's like not his fault. He was put in an awkward position because I had to look this up because I was like, why was this so stupid? And there's lots of theories. Supposedly it was supposed to be Al Perez, but Al Perez did a shooter interview saying like, dude, it was never supposed to be me. They asked me to do it for one night only, and I said sure, but they never like told me I had to keep doing it. So he goes like Ric Flair's a liar. It was never supposed to be me. I don't know what the true story of this is.
Jim Ross pitched Terry Taylor and then there was someone else he pitched. Oh, and Kurt Hennig. There was a possibility WCW could have got Kurt Hennig.
Really?
Yeah, that was what Jim Ross wanted. And I don't know. I mean, if let's say Kurt Hennig vanishes after Survivor Series and he's the Black Scorpion. Sorry, that's a good fucking payoff.
Yeah, I think that is actually a good payoff. Yeah.
Was it Kurt Hennig? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know who. Like, I think honestly, the only payoff that would have made this worth it and saved it would have been Ultimate Warrior. That's the only. There's no way.
The Great Muta.
The Great Muta and Ultimate Warrior. I think those are the only two.
Yeah, I think those two I would have really liked. I would have.
I mean, if it was Ultimate Warrior,
not Ric Flair.
If it was Ultimate Warrior, like fucking everything, time would have froze in the wrestling world. Like, how the fuck?
What if it was Lex Luger?
No, because he had just like turned heel.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to think who. All right, so let's think. Oh, who would have been good, but he was Sonya Rick Rude. That would have been a good one too.
Yeah.
All right. That's the podcast, guys. Let's go preview the next 4 weeks. Next week we got Royal Rumble 91.
Yeah.
2 weeks from now, Wrestle War 91. 3 weeks, WrestleMania 7, and then Super Bowl 1 is in 4 weeks. I'm excited for the Royal Rumble because I'm starting to remember that was actually a better card than I realized. So I think you're gonna have a good
Yeah,
time.
I just love the Royal Rumble, dude. I just love the Royal Rumble.
But it's a really good pay-per-view. If you enjoyed the show, guys, please subscribe, please comment, and follow me on Instagram and as Ray Goots.
Yo,
Andrew,
just support this. I was to say, just support this. This pod, man.
yeah,
You
support
know,
that.
yeah.
Follow the
Comment.
podcast.
Let us know what you guys want us to like. Do and stuff.
Well, we know what we're gonna do. We're following the timeline. We're not gonna
Oh, I meant like I don't know.
just,
Whatever. Just
all right. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night. We'll see you next week for Royal Rumble.